purpose of this video is not to give you a sense of the basics of what a backlink is, how to build an anchor text. This is to give you an understanding of you have a website, you want to have great SEO results, you have lots of different ways to build backlinks, but you need to be the conductor. You need to understand how to put the pieces into place, what the subtle nuances are, so you can actually go ahead and go from point wherever you are to the point where you have great rankings and traffic without any of the risk, and how to get there quickly. You're going to learn a lot about the different types of links that exist right now. You're going to learn what the interplay is of the type of anchor text to use with those links, what pages on your website to target with those links, and how it all kind of comes together for you to build a brand that Google actually trusts. Let's start off with a small introduction. My name is Ajay Paghdal. I'm the founder of Outreach Mama. I'm also the founder of an SEO management software called Linkio. Outreach Mama is a blogger outreach and link building service, so we build lots and lots of links. We work with tons of different clients in multiple verticals. Every time we start a campaign, it requires a fair bit of background research to understand what the current standing is so we can have a better sense of where to take the next steps in terms of link building. A little bit about me: I started my SEO journey back in 2012 with my first full service agency, and then 2016, several years later, I launched a link building service because that's really the part of SEO that I like focusing in. And then taking all of our learnings over the past several years, built up a software team, and we're working on the Linkio software management project now, which tries to automate a lot of the things that people have to do manually when planning and managing campaigns. Why should you listen to me? If you look at the Outreach Mama site, it's not that old. It only started in 2016. As of this recording, it is 2018, the first month of 2018, and we already rank alongside several big players in the space such as Neil Patel and Brian Dean. We're on page 1 for keywords like guest posting, anchor text, guest posting service, link building software, backlink guide, and we're continuing to push up more high volume, heavily competitive keywords using some of the exact same strategies that we discuss here. So you don't have to be an SEO genius in order to get great SEO results. Really, you just need a game plan, and you need to consistently deliver on that game plan. So the agenda of this particular meeting is first get some of the basics out of the way, and then start digging into the deeper factors of what goes into creating a backlinking strategy and how you can use that information to create your own strategy. So if we're talking about a backlink, there's several factors when it comes to what Google's looking for with backlinks. One of them is the anchor text. Okay, now when I build a link on another site, whether it's through guest posting or I'm building a directory link, there's on that page there's going to be a link, there's going to be text, and that text is going to link back to my website. Whatever that text is, that's called the anchor text. Okay. We found that anchor text can fall into one of 3 categories. Category 1 is that it's a keyword related anchor. AKA, you have a certain business, maybe you're building links to your homepage, your service page, your blog page. Each one of those pages are associated with a certain keyword, or at least they should be. And you're building links in order to improve your relevance for that keyword so that Google ranks you higher in search. There's different types of keyword related anchors. Here are the main ones. There's the title tag of your page. Usually your title tag contains a part of your keyword or your entire keyword or several keywords. So sometimes people will link to you by pulling what that title is and copy and hyperlinking the whole thing. The exact keyword, obviously, for us, if we're building a backlinking guide and my main keyword is backlinking guide, that's going to be my anchor text. And then you start getting into how you kind of build a natural anchor text profile. If you look at a previous video on our YouTube channel, I talked about anchor text and the strategy behind it. The idea is that you don't want to build an unnatural anchor text profile. You want to build a natural one that a normal brand would build just passively without even thinking about this stuff. And a part of that is, well, you're not just linking to an article with your exact anchor text, but you're using maybe a part of the anchor text, maybe the entire anchor text plus additional words, or sometimes Outreach Mama's backlink guide, something like that could be an anchor text that we're using. If you wanted to get more details, check out that video, and also check out the outreachmama.com/anchor text guide. We talk about all the best practices here, and you can even access the video right here. So this is one form of anchors. The next form of anchors is a sign of a strong brand. If you're having success with SEO lately, you're probably either accidentally or on purpose aware of the fact that strong brands generate branded anchor text. They generate a ton more branded anchor text than they do actual keyword anchor text. So things like just natural, branded, no text, totally random, whereas you can't really control how people link to you, so they'll link to you in random ways. It's a small percentage of the way people link to you, but it's there. For our purposes, branded is a huge one, and then natural is a pretty big one too. And finally, there's URL related anchors. There's different websites, different link types out there that just link to you with your URL or parts of your URL, and it's important to understand that, because that needs to be a part of your backlink profile as well. Otherwise, it's not going to look natural. So that's the different anchor types, but it doesn't stop there. If it did, this would be a very short video. The fact is that there's lots of different link types, and each one of these link types are usually associated with a certain anchor type. Here, let me explain. So if you know what a citation is, you know that they're extremely important for local SEO. A citation would be a website like the white pages, the yellow pages. It could be Yelp, for example. And these are websites that are listing your name, address, and phone number on their website, and they're usually providing some kind of link back to your site. Now, for SEO purposes, these are essentially no-follow backlinks, but in order to have a natural branded backlink profile, these still need to exist. Where people start to go wrong is they try to sneak in keyword anchor text wherever they can. In cases like this, it doesn't make sense to. You use citations to help improve your brand. Therefore, whenever you build a citation link, the usual anchor types to use, depending on what the site allows, is branded, naked anchor text, your website name.com, and sometimes just natural, like click here, this website, that kind of thing. It depends on what the actual citation website is. If you go to the outreachmama.com/backlinks page, you'll actually see as you start scrolling into citation section and the other sections, you can download a list of places where you can create citation links and the other link types that I talk about as well. Now the same goes for directories. Directories are, if you're a plumber in Dallas, sometimes somebody has a Dallas local businesses directory, dallaslocalbusinesses.com. And if it's a quality directory, if it's indexed well in Google, it's a worthwhile link to get. And oftentimes people will try to mix in like Dallas plumber anchor text into these things. And if you look at these directories, you'll see a lot of that. But that's not where you need to worry about keyword optimization. Use directories to improve your branded anchor text profile. You can use keyword specific anchors elsewhere that are going to be much more powerful and much less risky than trying to keyword optimize directories. Okay. In terms of directories, there's local directories, there are certain ethnic directories, there's certain industry directories. An easy way to find these is to just type in your industry plus the search term directories, and you start getting a listing of certain websites. Let's look at the next link type. These are organic contextual links. Organic contextual links are basically something that you had no direct control over. Either you create an amazing piece of content, or somebody finds your tool or your product, and they actually like what you're doing. They like your business, and they link to you within their article, whether that's a link to your blog content, to your homepage. It's going to rarely be to like a super commercial page, but if they do link to you, really the anchor text type that they use is really whatever they want. Right, so we're talking about probabilities here. Sometimes they might just go ahead and pull the title of your web page. They might just say something like this article, this brand. They might actually use your brand, or they might just pull the URL and hyperlink that. Okay, very rarely, but sometimes they'll use the keyword related anchors. But you're probably not going to get an exact keyword from this type of thing anytime soon. Okay, where you can start optimizing for your keywords is what we consider manually acquired contextual links. These are places like when you're going out there and you're actively doing guest blogging, for example, or you're working with a link building company like ours. We have the capabilities, and you can have the capabilities when you're doing this kind of stuff on your own, to actually create articles, and within those articles link to your higher value pieces of content, whether it's blog content, some commercial pages, and you can try to optimize for your specific keywords here. Now, it's important to use a lot of variety. You can use something like our linkio.com/anchor text generator tool. So an example of, so we have, this is our homepage, this is our main keyword. So if I'm building links to my company homepage and I want to do a little bit of keyword optimization, here's what I can do. Let's get that complete keyword in there. And then I can just use this to get ideas, right? This link building management software reports. This link building management software suggests. So there's different ways to not just overuse the same exact keyword over and over again. You want to build natural anchor text, and we built this algorithm of software of anchor text suggestions based on what we see naturally out there in the industry. And then, of course, this is really up to you what types of anchor text you want to use. But considering this is where most of the work goes in terms of acquiring links, this is where you really want to get the biggest bang for your buck when it comes to optimizing for your keyword anchor text. Now, if you're also using directories and citations, and if you're also using that stuff, then it makes sense to get more aggressive with these and using keywords. However, if you're not doing that, then you rely on these manually acquired contextual links to give you a fuller, branded, trustworthy backlink profile. So you've still got to mix it up, even with the sometimes used stuff. And then we're talking about the old guard in the next couple slides. We have profile links, blog comments. If you're doing blog comments, sure, they're usually no follow, but you might actually generate some referral traffic. You might build up some relevance by blog commenting on the right blogs. When you do, try not to go overly aggressive with keywords. A, you probably won't get approved, and B, it's kind of a waste of time. So you can use branded if you're linking to your homepage. If you're linking to a certain reference that you write about, just use the URL. That's usually the best way to do it. With profile links, you can build accounts on hundreds and hundreds of websites, like social profile links. And there's nothing wrong with these. Google actually looks at these to see, how widely known your brand is across the internet. But it's important to not try to squeeze in your keyword anchor text here. It's not the purpose of these. This is just brand building. So use your brand. Don't go near the keyword stuff. There's better places to do that. And if the guest posting is really, really difficult, there's tons of Web 2.0s out there, like the Weebly's and the WordPresses. You can create accounts there. You can create free accounts. You can get Dofollow backlinks. You can post blog content. You can make it something relevant to your niche, and you can link to yourself there. There's not going to be a ton of power on there because every single Web 2.0 you create is technically a brand new subdomain on a powerful domain, so you get a little bit of link juice from it, but not a ton. But it's still worthwhile doing as long as it's not your main strategy. The press releases is another one. It's no follow, but just focus on using it for branding. Don't try to use it for keywords, because the fact is that even though it's no follow, it gets syndicated across dozens and sometimes hundreds of different sites, and you don't want the same exact match keyword anchor text linking to you through press releases, because that's going to mess up your backlink profiles, and it may actually set you back than it does pushes you forward. Now, so we went through a lot there in terms of the anchor text types, the link types, and this is kind of a way to bridge it all together, because if you have that information, the final piece of the puzzle is, where do you actually link these pages to? Like, where do you link the profile links to? Where do you link the contextual manually acquired links to. So here's a rundown that we put together. For profile links, follow the blue line, just link it to your homepage. For citation links, follow the blue line and link it to your homepage. Contextual links, those can vary across all three types of pages on your website, whether it's the homepage, the high quality content pages, or some of the commercial pages where you're actually selling things or talking about your products. For blog comments, like we discussed, these go to the homepage, or these go to specific content pages. Don't use these to link to commercial things. They probably won't get approved, and SEO wise, it doesn't help. Okay, press releases, you can link to your homepage. Directory links, link it to your homepage. So really what we're talking about is most of these link types are just going to your homepage. And then you have contextual links, okay, where you're really using those to push up the authority of the other pages on your site as well. That's kind of a rundown of anchor text types, backlink types, where to actually link those backlinks to. If you wanted a way to say, okay, here's my website, here's how my website currently stands, you can actually do things like go to this linkio.com/anchor text analysis page. Here you can add a page URL. It automatically pulls the page title. You can download the backlinks of this page to download the backlinks from a tool like Ahrefs, import the anchor text into the system, load up the brands and exact keywords. And what the tool will do is that it's going to automatically categorize each one of your anchor text into the anchor text types. So you know how we went through each one of these types? What the tool does, it categorizes what your anchor text currently is and how it falls into these buckets. And then based on that, if you were to create an account on linkio.com, Linkio is actually going to provide you a roadmap of here's how your current backlink profile stands, here's how the actual stands, and here's how the ideal stands. And as you start adding rows to the system, it's going to tell you the type of anchor text to build next, right? So if you're looking for ways to kind of get an idea of how you should be approaching certain pages on your website, how they currently stand, use a tool like Linkio that we put together, and it would be very helpful. So that's it for this video. Feel free to subscribe to this newsletter on outreachmama.com where we talk about this and more. Feel free to email me with any comments or questions or feedback or suggestions on what you want to see next at Ajay@outreachmama, and feel free to add me on LinkedIn. Thanks a lot, guys.